Hello, and welcome back to the Princess K Talk Show. Your host, Princess Kingsman. Okay, so last week we spoke about, we're still on the topic of the power of forgiveness, and we spoke about friends, family, strangers last week, a couple of days ago. And on this segment, we're going to discuss about forgiving yourself. Okay, forgiving yourself for every mistake that we've made. We should give ourselves a little bit of grace when it comes to forgiving ourselves, because I think we're more hard on ourselves than we are with anybody in this world. We're more hard on ourselves. And I think it's because we put so much pressure on ourselves. We put so much on ourselves that we feel like, oh, we have to do this. Like, for example, I'll use me as an example, okay? By nature, people that know me, I'm a perfectionist. I like things to be a certain type of way. It has to be a certain type of place. So that is not too good, because from when I was a child, I've always loved to do things perfectly. I think it has a lot to do with my childhood traumas, and I believe that everybody has that. So, and I think forgiving oneself is one of the most powerful things that you could do, and it will make it easier for you to forgive others. I mean, every single time, we make a mistake, we're just like, oh, damn it, why did I do that? Am I stupid? Like, come on, we really, really like condemn ourselves. And I condemn myself most of the time because I feel like, well, this should be done, I should do this, I should do that. But at the same time, as long as we're in this human flesh, we can never be perfect. It's not possible. It's not. As long as you're human, because we're all spirit beings living a human experience. So as long as you're a spirit being and you're living in this flesh, you are bound to make mistakes. There is no way you will not make mistakes. It's not possible. Unless you're not human. But as long as you're human, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to trip up. But that's the whole important thing. That's why God gives us grace to forgive ourselves, just like we forgive other people, because they're human beings. They're not perfect. They will always disappoint us. Only God cannot disappoint us because he's not human. He's spirit. Okay? So we need to give ourselves more grace. Okay, I forgive myself. This and this is what I should have done. I shouldn't have done that. Once you learn your lesson, trust me, once you learn your lesson, you wouldn't want to repeat that mistake again. But a mistake that is being repeated several times over and over is no longer a mistake. It's a choice. It's a choice. And I had to face myself. I had to tell myself, like, hey, Nikki, we need to have a conversation. Because you need to have a conversation with yourself. You absolutely need to. You need to talk to yourself. I talk to myself in the mirror. And I'm like, okay, Nikki, stop being a bitch. Excuse me for my words. Stop being this, stop being that. Behave yourself. It's about knowing yourself. And knowing yourself, it takes a lifetime. You can't know yourself overnight. It takes a lifetime. If you're dedicated, it takes a lifetime to know yourself, to know what you're not supposed to do, to know what is what. So that when you go out in society, you know how to deal with people, you know how to put up healthy boundaries, you know that, okay, this is that, this is not working. Okay? So forgiving yourself is very, 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 very powerful. Okay? Just like forgiving your family, like I spoke about last week. Forgiving yourself is so important because we make so many mistakes on a daily basis that we need to forgive ourselves. We need to give ourselves grace. Just like the way God gives us grace, we need to give ourselves grace. I forgive myself for doing this. I forgive myself for ruining this. I forgive myself for doing this to this person. I forgive myself. Once you've gone to ask that person for forgiveness, yes, you pray about it. It's a daily thing. You have to pray about it, because you can't just say, oh, I forgive myself and let it go. No. The enemy will bring so many things back into your memory that you don't even want to remember. And then you've got to think, no, that's the past. I've got nothing to do with that. I can't go back and fix it. I'm not there anymore. I am here. I'm in the present. Only the present matters, not the past, not the future. Where you are now is what matters. Okay? You work on yourself now to be the kind of person you want to be in the future. Okay? That's why you give yourself grace. You forgive yourself. You tell yourself, it's okay. I'm not perfect. This and this and this. Some people do give each other excuses. They give themselves excuses like, well, I did that well. Who cares? No. God cares and people care, because you've got to understand how do you make people feel. People are not going to remember what you say, but they're going to remember how you make them feel. So if you make people feel loved and make people feel comfortable around you, people are always going to want to be around you. That's just the case of it. Okay, so we need to forgive ourselves and ask God to give us the grace to forgive ourselves on a daily basis. Even your childhood trauma, things that you've done when you were a baby, when you were a child, things that happened to you. We have no control how people treat us, but we have control on how we respond to it. So, and I plead with you to respond in the best way possible and love yourself for who you are, not for what people want you to be for, but for who you are. Okay, don't forget that. All right, so thank you so much for listening. My time is up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press the little bell for notifications when I post. Okay, have a lovely Sunday. I love you always and take care. Love you. Bye. Mwah.